Alright, so I got one of the VIP parking spots right here in front on the street, but after hours, after 5 p.m., there is a parking lot right across the street from his office, so you can park right there. That's after 5 p.m. behind the restaurant Palmer Crossing. Anyway, today I think I'm going to ask him about Generation Chiropractic, where that name came from. Because I know that his father was not a chiropractor, so it did not pass down from generation to generation. But we'll find out a little bit about that, and he did mention last week stress. So we'll go into a little bit, I think, about how chiropractic can help relieve stress. And so let's go inside and ask the doctor a couple questions. And of course, if you have a question, be sure to click this link down below, and we will ask the doctor next week, first chance we get. Let's go inside and say hello to Dr. Cullen. Alright, so we're back inside Dr. Cullen's main, what do you call this room?
Adjusting area.
The adjusting area. His main adjusting area. So, like I said, from outside, I have two questions for you today. And that would be, we'll start out with Generation Chiropractic. Where did that come from? And stress, because I agreed with them last week about everybody has stress, and so we'll talk a little bit about how chiropractic can get into stress. So the first one was Generation Chiropractic. Where did that name come from, and tell me what it means?
Well, Generation Chiropractic actually was my wife's idea, and I thought it was a pretty good idea because we deal with children from the moment they're born to people well into their 90s, and so it spans from generation to generation, and it just kind of worked and stuck.
All right, so that's a little shout out there to Carrie. Very nicely done, Generation Chiropractic. The truth is, I actually have brought my children in here just to make them feel comfortable. I asked them today if they wanted to come down. They said no, they'd rather watch Star Wars. A little rainy outside, so they took Star Wars over Dr. Cullen, but
We'll get them next time.
well, they do pop in. But all right, so the next question was about stress and how stress affects the body, and how chiropractic can improve that or relieve the stress. Or is relief the right term? What? Tell me about stress and chiropractic.
Well, you can't live without stress. Everybody deals with stress. Stress comes in the form of physical stress, chemical stress, emotional stress, and when the stress is applied to the body and the body handles it in the appropriate ways, that stress we could actually integrate into our body and actually grow from it. However, if we don't have the proper systems working together and we face that stress could be detrimental and break us down more than it actually builds us up. A perfect example is when we look at exercise. Exercise is a physical stress to our body, and if that stress becomes overwhelming or we apply it too fast and our body doesn't have an opportunity to adapt to it, it can actually break us down. We can break things. However, when the stress is applied and we have proper rest and our body is adjusted and properly adjusted,